Now we will study about a special kind of modulation known as amplitude modulation. So to carry out the amplitude modulation, for that matter any modulation, we need something called carrier. What we need? We need a carrier. What is a carrier? So it is a signal which carries your information, or it is a signal which carries your message. Okay. Now, generally, so carrier will be a sinusoidal signal. So, what is a sinusoidal signal? A sine wave or a cos wave. Okay, please remember, carrier will be always a sinusoidal signal. Now, so it is denoted as C of t. C of t is for carrier. Okay. Now, it is called as unmodulated carrier. What it is called as unmodulated carrier. So we'll discuss about this little bit later. Now, so C of t is a carrier that will be a sinusoidal signal that equal to AC cos 2 pi fct. What is AC? What is fc? Okay. AC is amplitude of the carrier, fc is the frequency of the carrier. Okay. Now, so here, so this is about carrier signal. So before going into details about this amplitude modulation, first of all, what is the significance of modulation? What is the significance of modulation? So if you don't modulate, what will happen? What will happen? So let us look at this black diagram once again. Suppose you take a mobile communication. So what are you transmitting using mobiles? You're transmitting your voice or speech. So how you're transmitting? By modulating. So in this transmitter, we do something called modulation. Okay. So after modulation, we transmit over a channel. We transmit over a channel. So in the receiver, we do something called demodulation. What we do in the receiver, we do something called demodulation. So what is the demodulation? It is a reverse of modulation. Okay. Now and finally the output of this receiver will be given to the destination. So what exactly is happening in this mobile communication system is, so you are transmitting your voice or speech. So where it is modulated? In the transmitter, which means in your mobile. Who is the transmitter here? Your mobile. So it will be transmitted over a channel. Okay. And so in who is the receiver? Another person's mobile is the receiver. So in that mobile it will be demodulated. Okay. Now here, so your mobile will be capable of performing both operations. What are they? Modulation and demodulation. Okay. So simple logic is, so whatever we do in the transmitter, we do reverse in the receiver. Okay. The simple logic is, if we are doing something in the transmitter part, we do reverse in the receiver part. Okay. So if you do modulation in the transmitter part, we do demodulation in the receiver part. Okay. So if you take a mobile communication system, you are transmitting your voice. If you take a TV transmission, you are transmitting voice as well as video as well as audio. So if you take FM radio or AM radio, you're transmitting audio. So like that, you can check any widely used communication system. So you can find these blocks. These are major blocks of any communication system. But so if there is no modulation, what will happen? You take a simple example. Suppose uh, suppose you take your own voice. So if you speak loudly, maximum it can travel some tens of meters, not more than that. Do you agree or not? But so using mobiles, your voice will be transmitted to the far away places. Okay. So further matter, you can transmit your voice anywhere in the world using your mobiles. How it is possible? Because of a phenomena called modulation. What it is called? Just because of modulation, you can able to transmit your voice from one place to longer distances, or anywhere in the world you can able to transmit. Okay. Now, if there is no modulation, so your voice will not travel more than some tens of meter. But because of modulation, you could able to transmit your voice to the other person who is anywhere in the world. He may be some thousands of miles away from you. How it is possible? Because of a process or a phenomena called modulation and demodulation. So that is the significance of modulation. So without modulation, communication will not be possible to the longer distances. Okay, so that is very important aspect of modulation in the communication system. So it is the most significant phenomena in any communication system, that is modulation. Okay, so there are so many kinds of modulation, but now we are studying what kind of modulation: amplitude modulation. Okay, so basically there are three varieties of modulation. One is amplitude modulation, another one is frequency modulation, and the last one is phase modulation. So we'll study about them in detail in the later courses. So that is about various kinds of modulation. But as of now, we are studying only amplitude modulation. So I told you just now what is a modulation. So it is nothing but translating a baseband signal to translating a baseband signal to passband signal. Otherwise, this is something called as frequency translation. So if you do modulation, frequency will be translated. What do you mean by frequency translation? So low frequency will be translated to higher frequencies. That is simple meaning of frequency translation. Okay. So otherwise, if you do modulation, so this baseband signal will become passband signal. Now, so to carry out modulation, we need a carrier. That is very important. So generally, carrier will be denoted with C of t, and it will be a sinusoidal signal. In this case, it is AC cos 2 pi fct. AC is the amplitude of the carrier. Fc is the frequency of the carrier. Okay. Now, after carrier, so we should talk about message signal. So what is message signal? Something we wish to send, something we want to send, information we want to send is known as message. Okay, so otherwise that is being transmitted. Okay, so it is information that we will transmit, so that is called message signal. So usually it is denoted with m of t. Okay, now we have seen C of t and we have seen m of t. What is C of t? It is a carrier, or so it is unmodulated carrier. Okay, otherwise simply I will call carrier, but by default carrier means you must assume it is unmodulated, or it is before modulation, or it is a before modulation. Okay, m of t is information that we are transmitting or that we want to transmit. Now, so let us look at this amplitude modulation. So message modulates amplitude of the carrier. So this is the definition of amplitude modulation. So I will elaborate about this later. So now what is S of t? This is a modulated signal or modulated carrier. C of t is unmodulated carrier. M of t is message signal. S of t is modulated carrier. Or in simple terms, C of t is carrier before modulation. S of t is carrier after modulation. M of t is our message signal that we are transmitting or that we would like to transmit. Now, so this is the equation of AM signal. Please remember this. This is very important. Now, S of t, that is a modulated signal or modulated carrier, that equal to bracket 1 plus Ka m of t close the bracket AC cos 2 pi fct. Now implies AC. Now what is AC cos 2 pi fct? Our carrier. So if I say carrier, by default it is unmodulated carrier. Okay. So that is AC, open the bracket, 1 plus m of t, close the bracket, cos 2 pi fct. Now here we have got something called as Ka. What is Ka is called amplitude sensitivity of AM signal. Now this is what the final AM equation. AM means amplitude modulated signal equation. What is that? AC 1 plus Kam of t cos 2 pi fct. This is very important. You must remember this equation. Okay. Next. Now, so let us discuss about this equation. AC 1 plus Km of t cos 2 pi fct. I am writing separately. AC cos 2 pi fct. Here AC cos 2 pi fct plus AC Ka m of t cos 2 pi fct. AC Ka m of t cos 2 pi fct. Now we already know that C of t equal to AC cos 2 pi fct. I have mentioned just now. Now S of t equal to, finally S of t equal to C of t plus Ka m of t C of t. Now remember, so this is very important. What is S of t equal to? C of t means carrier plus Ka, some constant that is called as amplitude sensitivity. M of t is what? Our message signal. What is C of t? Our carrier. So simply modulation means multiplying our message signal with our carrier signal. Okay, so here we are adding with C of t, but that is not the case with all the modulation techniques. But so this is a generalized modulation. What will happen if you modulate means you have to multiply so your message with carrier. Okay, if at all you want to modulate a signal, your message signal m of t, what will you do? You will multiply that message signal with a carrier signal. So here M of t can be anything. It can be voice, it can be video, it can be audio, it can be anything. But what is C of t? As I mentioned just now, it is always a sinusoidal signal. In our case, we have taken it is AC cos 2 pi fct with amplitude AC with the frequency fc. Okay, which means so in order to modulate any signal, any message signal, so that message signal m of t need to be multiplied with a carrier. So simply we take a message signal, so we multiply with the carrier, so then we transmit. Okay, so that's what we do generally. Now, so this is the definition of amplitude modulation. So you can read it carefully. So here amplitude of the carrier signal is varied according to the, or modulated according to the message signal m of t. So I will elaborate about this now. Before that, so these are very two important points, very important. Okay, what are they? So amplitude of the carrier before modulation. What is that? AC. This is the carrier we have taken, isn't it? So amplitude of the carrier before modulation. So this is a carrier C of t equal to AC cos 2 pi fct, whose amplitude is what? AC, which is constant. Okay. So otherwise, suppose if I say C of t equal to 2 cos 20 pi t. So what is the amplitude of the carrier? 2. So what is the frequency of the carrier? 10 Hz. 20 pi t means 10 Hz. Okay. Now that is the amplitude of the carrier. Before modulation means C of t, or C of t is also known as unmodulated carrier. I mentioned just now. Okay, I hope you are okay with this. Now, so the carrier amplitude after modulation, or what is the amplitude of the modulated carrier? Okay, you can observe here. So let us go back to the previous slide. So C of t is unmodulated carrier. S of t is modulated carrier. You observe these two. What are these two? AC cos 2 pi fct and AC into 1 plus Km of t cos 2 pi of t, cos 2 pi fct. Now what is common? Cos 2 pi fct here. Here also we have a cos 2 pi fct. Now, so what is the amplitude of the C of t? AC, which is a constant. Okay, agreed or not? Now here. So what is the amplitude of S of t? It is not only AC, it is AC into 1 plus Kam of t. You can see the difference. Okay, so amplitude of carrier before modulation means amplitude of the unmodulated carrier is a constant that equal to AC. Now amplitude of the carrier after modulation means amplitude of the modulated carrier that is amplitude of st, that happens to be AC into 1 plus km of t. Now it is no longer a constant signal, yes or not? So it is AC 1 plus Ka m of t. We have something time function m of t. Okay. Now it is not a constant. It is a time varying function. Okay. Now so it is time varying, but how it varies? That is also very important. How it varies? It varies according to the message signal. Okay. So this whole function varies or changes according to what function? M of t. What is M of t? Message signal. Now that's why, so the definition of amplitude modulation is, so amplitude of the carrier signal is varied, okay, according to the message signal. Or so here we can say like this: amplitude of S of t is varied according to message signal. Here amplitude of S of t, this amplitude of S of t is varied according to the message signal. Okay, but so amplitude of the carrier before modulation is, it is not a time varying function, it is a constant AC. Okay, so amplitude modulation means, so varying the amplitude of the carrier according to the message signal. Okay, here so the amplitude of the signal S of t is changing according to the message signal M of t. It is no more a constant. Okay, now so let us go to single tone AM. So that is a big, simple definition of amplitude modulation. So let us go to some specific cases of amplitude modulation. Okay. Now single tone. So before proceeding further, what is a tone? Tone means frequency component. Single tone means only one frequency component. So signals which are having only one frequency components are called as single tone signals. So can you think of signals having only one frequency? What are they? Obviously they are our sinusoidal signals. So you can take any sinusoidal signal, they will have only one frequency. Suppose if I say any general signal x of t equal to 2 cos 30 pi t. So 2 cos 30 pi t is having a frequency of how much? 15 Hz. Only one frequency, right? So they don't have a range of frequencies. So our cos and sine waveforms they don't have a range of frequencies. They don't occupy range of frequencies. They have only a single frequencies. That's why they are called single tone signals. Now here what is single tone signal? Our message is single tone signal. As I mentioned earlier, message can be anything. Okay, so typically it will be a voice or speech, it will be video, it will be audio, or it can be image, it can be data also. But so here I am taking my message signal M of t to be a single tone signal. Single tone signal means sinusoidal signal. Here I am taking M of t equal to am cos 2 pi f of t. Please remember here both are sinusoidal signals, carrier as well as message signal. So what is carrier C of t? AC cos 2 pi FCT. What is M of t? AM cos 2 pi FMT. AM cos 2 pi FMT. Both are cos waveforms only. Okay. Now what is AM? Amplitude of the message signal M of t. What is FM? Frequency of message signal M of t. Just like C of t. Okay. So AAC is the amplitude of C of t. FC is the frequency of C of t. In the same way, AM is the amplitude of M of t. FM is the frequency of M of t. Okay. Now, so let us study about this single tone AM. Now, so what is happening here? So this is the generalized S of t, that is AC into 1 plus Ka M of t cos 2 pi FCT. So we have seen this just before this slide, isn't it? Now, so here what I'm saying is this is not AM. What is this? Single tone AM, which means in single tone AM our message is a cos waveform. Okay, what is that? Message is AM cos 2 pi FMT. Now what I do is wherever there is M of t, I will substitute AM cos 2 pi FMT. Now here, so observe this very carefully. AC as it is 1 plus, so K as it is. In place of M of t, I am replacing what? Am cos 2 pi fmt. I am writing Am cos 2 pi fmt in the place of m of t. That's it. Close the bracket. Cos 2 pi fct. Okay. Now, but this is called, this is known as mu. This is known as mu. Or so Ka into Am is denoted as mu. What is mu is called as modulation index. What it is called as modulation index. Generally, the value of this mu will be from 0 to 1. So we'll come to this later. As of now, remember, so the value of mu will be 0 to 1, or the value of modulation index will be from 0 to 1. Okay. Now, so you can further write S of t equal to S as it is 1 plus what is Ka into Am? Mu. Cos 2 pi fmt as it is, cos 2 pi fct as it is. Now this is the singleton Am equation. See, this is the Am equation. It is for any message signal m of t. So this is a generalized Am equation. Here m of t can be anything. Okay, but here, so it is a singleton Am where m of t happen to be Am cos 2 pi fmt. M of t we have taken as a sinusoidal signal, or in this case I have taken it as a cos signal or cos theta. Okay, something like cos theta. Okay, now so let us think about this mu. So mu is very significant when it comes to amplitude modulation. So what is mu? Modulation index. As I told you just now, mu is a mu is called as modulation index whose value is between 0 and 1. So I'm taking case 1. Mu is less than 1. Okay. So we'll study these cases. Now before that, carrier frequency is much larger than the message frequency. Okay. Now in any modulation scheme, or further matter in any communication, so the carrier frequency fc must be more than message frequency fm. Okay, here, so the carrier frequency fc must be more than message signal frequency fm. Okay, so make sure that your carrier should have a more frequency than your message. So this is very important. I have written in the box. So typically the carrier frequency is much larger than the message frequency. That means fc, carrier frequency fc is much more than fm. So you must choose a carrier such that its carrier frequency is much more than its message frequency. Okay, so let us take a simple example of this AM modulation. AC equal to 1 is given to you. What is AC? Amplitude of the carrier. What is mu? That is 1 by 2. That is less than 1. Mu equal to 1 by 2. What is mu actually? It is modulation index. That is equal to what? Mu equal to what? Mu equal to Ka into Am. In case of single tone AM. Okay, anyway. Now here, message signal chosen to be a pure sinusoidal signal means, so they are mentioning it is a single tone AM. So they are clearly mentioning that it is a single tone AM. Okay, so as I told you just now, single tone AM means AM scheme in which we transmit m of t equal to AM cos 2 pi fmt. Okay, now m of t equal to cos 2 pi fmt. Okay, now fm equal to, they gave it as a 1 by 2 h, fc equal to 10 h. You can observe clearly fc is much more than fm. It has to be, otherwise so things will go wrong. So always make sure that your carrier frequency should be more than your message frequency. Here it is how many times more? 20 times more. So fc equal to 10 Hz, fm equal to half Hz or 0.5 Hz. What they are asking is find the modulated signal or carrier. So they gave you m of t, they gave you mu, everything. They are asking s of t. Correct? Now, so already we know that. So this is a generalized AM equation S of t that equal to AC 1 plus Ka m of t cos 2 pi fct, and substituting the given values, m of t equal to cos pi t, C of t equal to cos 20 pi t. Okay, so m of t equal to C of t, C of t equal to cos 20 pi t. Okay, now so now I'm writing, so AC, actually you can go to this equation. AC, what is AC? 1, open the bracket, 1 plus what is mu? 1 by 2. What is mu? 1 by 2. AC 1 plus 1 by 2 cos 2 pi fmt into cos 2 pi fct. They gave you what is fm and what is fc also. So you can substitute all the values in this equation, you get this equation. Agreed or not? Okay. S of t equal to, open the bracket, here AC is 1. That's why I did not write. 1 plus 1 by 2 cos pi t cos 20 pi t. Here what is the frequency of the signal? 1 by 2. So what is the signal? Message signal, whose frequency is 1 by 2. So what is the frequency of the signal? 10 Hz. What is the signal? Carrier. So that is a FC. Now this is what your singleton AM signal with the given values. Now, so this is my M of t. This is my C of t. You can observe clearly. So they have same amplitude. Okay, but here, so the frequency of the carrier is more than the frequency of M of t. That is message signal. You can observe clearly because here they are very closely spaced. So here the waveforms are very close to each other, but they're very far away from each other, which means it is having more frequency than the signal. So it should be okay. So always make sure that, so the frequency of carrier is much more than frequency of your message signal. Otherwise, FC must be more than FM. Now, so this is how our AM equation, AM waveform will look like. Okay. Now this is what amplitude modulated signal when mu is less than 1. Now it is how it looks like. Now what a difference you can observe. Here what is changing? Yet we are getting varied amplitude. So amplitude is changing. So it is a carrier signal only after modulation. So this is a carrier before modulation, C of t. Okay. So here it is having constant amplitude. How much? 1. So before modulation, so the carrier was having a constant amplitude that equal to 1, plus 1 or minus 1. Okay, symmetry. But here, so after modulation, so the amplitude is not constant, as I told you just now. Okay, it is varying. It is varying. How it is varying? Can you guess it? You can clearly see that here. So the amplitude of this signal is varied according to what? Message signal. You can see, so in the amplitude, you can see the message signal, something like this, correct? So this is something you get like this. Okay. Now this is a AM waveform. So but remember this AM waveform when mu is less than 1. So this is what we have drawn. So this is drawn there. This equation is being represented in the graphical form or using a figure. So this signal, this equation, mathematical equation is looking like this. Okay. Now, so you can clearly observe. So the amplitude is varying. It is no more a constant. So but here before modulation, so the amplitude of C of t, so that is constant. Okay. So after modulation, it is changing. How it is changing? According to message signal. So if message signal is more, it is more. If message signal is less, it is also less. Okay, so I'll explain in detail later. So now, so before that, so let us discuss something called envelope of a signal. What do you mean by envelope of a signal? So it is a curve tracing the signal's peaks, or it's a curve tracing peaks of the signal, any signal, or it's a curve joining the peaks of the signal. We take this example. I have taken a random signal x of t equal to cos 10 pi t. This is what the signal is. So if you join all the peaks of this signal, you join the peaks, means these peaks, like this. You join the peaks, only peaks. What do you get? You get a constant signal. That is one. Now this is the envelope of the signal. So this constant signal 1 is envelope of this signal. This has to be x of t. Mistake is there. Now we have two envelopes. So it is called upper envelope. It is called lower envelope. So they will be symmetric. So we simply take upper envelope only. Okay. So if I say envelope means by default it is upper envelope. So we don't think much about this lower envelope because they are same. They are just symmetric. So here, so you take this any general signal x of t. If you join the peaks of the signal, you get a curve. Remember, always envelope will be a curve. It is always a curve. Okay. Now, if you join the peaks of any signal, okay. So what do you get? You get envelope. Now, in this example, if you join all the peaks of this signal, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, what do you get? You get a constant signal, a DC signal. Okay. So we have two envelopes. So it is called upper envelope. It is called lower envelope. But so I will say envelope by default. You must consider only upper envelope. Okay. Only one is required for us. Now this is a something about envelope of a signal. So what is the definition of envelope? So it is a curve tracing the peaks of the signal, or it's a curve which is joining the peaks of the signal. Okay. So please remember this. So envelope is very important when it comes to amplitude modulation. Okay. Now, so this is the envelope of our AM signal. So you take this AM signal, you join all the peaks of the curve. So peaks of the signal, you join like this. What is envelope? So it's a curve which is joining all the signal peaks. Okay, you join all these peaks. Okay, you join them like this. You get a curve. So it will be like this. Now this is the red color will be a envelope. If you join all the peaks of the AM signal, you get like this. In the same way, we have a lower envelope in the negative side. This is upper envelope. This is a lower envelope. So I will only take upper envelope. Okay. So one is enough for us. Now please remember. So this is the envelope of the AM signal. It resembles what? It resembles our message signal. Okay. Now, so I have taken only envelope. So here, so I have taken only envelope. So here I removed this closed space waveforms. Okay. So actually that is AM signal. I have removed this thick lines. Okay. So that is a AM signal or AM waveform. So I have removed that. If you remove that, you will get this. Just envelope. This is just envelope. Okay. So this is upper envelope. So one is enough for us. I told you already. Now it resembles what? Our message signal. It is not exactly the message signal, but it is just like our message signal, isn't it? Now it follows message signal. Otherwise, you can say envelope follows message signal. Okay, and it contains information about message signal. Okay, which means so in AM modulation, otherwise in AM, so envelope will be having information about our message. Okay. So otherwise, in AM, envelope follows message signal, or it resembles, or it is just like message signal. Okay, similar. It is similar to message signal. Now, so remember, it is always positive here. In this case, it is positive. It will never be negative. Okay, so remember. So here is 0. What is the minimum value? 0.5. Maximum value 1.5. It's always positive. You can get it. You can get it from here. here. So what is the envelope of the signal? Envelope means amplitude only. So this is envelope. Okay. So this is envelope or amplitude. Now, so only take this part. What is the part? 1 plus 1 by 2 cos pi t. Now remove this cos 20 pi t. Okay. Now this part will be envelope or amplitude. So 1 plus, so what's the maximum value of this 1 plus 1 by 2 cos pi t? It depends upon cos pi t. So cos pi t having a maximum of 1, so minimum will be minus 1. Agreed or not? Okay. So if cos pi t is 1, what happens? 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 1.5. So the maximum amplitude of S of t is 1.5. Minimum is what? So S of t will be minimum when cos pi t is minimum. So what is the minimum of cos pi t? Minus 1. So when cos pi t is minus 1, you get 1 minus 1 by 2, that is 0.5. That is what we are getting here. So minimum value of this envelope is 0.5, maximum is 1.5. So it will never be negative. Okay. So envelope is a curve. It is not a value. Okay. Amplitude can be value. So what is the difference between an amplitude and envelope? Amplitude can be a value. Okay. But envelope will not be a value. It is a curve. Okay. Because as I told you just now, it is a curve. Okay. So which joins all the peaks of a signal. Now, so this is about case 1. Remember, this is case 1. What is case 1? When the mu or the modulation index is less than 1. So here in this case I have taken mu equal to 1 by 2. Okay. Now I have shown all these three waveforms at one place. So this is our message signal M of t. This is carrier. This is S of t. This is a modulated carrier. So this is pure carrier. We can also call pure carrier or unmodulated carrier. There is so many names. So some textbook will call it as a pure carrier. Some textbook they will call it as a unmodulated carrier. So anything is all right. So you can observe. So we are taking M of t and this is C of t. This is what we are getting as amplitude signal, amplitude modulated signal. So before modulation, it is having the carrier is having constant amplitude. Now after modulation, it is having time varied amplitude which varies according to message signal. You can clearly observe here. So the amplitude of this carrier is varied according to this message signal. Okay. So is it okay all of you? So the amplitude of this signal is varied according to what? So this message signal. So it is something like this. You can observe like it is something like this. Same thing is happening here. So the amplitude of this S of t or the amplitude of this modulated signal, okay, is varying according to this message signal. If it is more, it is also more. If it is less, it is less. If it is again more, it is again more. If it is again less, it is again less. Okay. So exactly, so the amplitude of the signal is following this message signal. Okay. So that is a definition of amplitude modulation. What do you mean by that? So the amplitude of the carrier signal will be modulated or varied according to message signal. Is it okay? I hope you are okay with this. So we stop here.